Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the game Carto. This is a digital game that was recommended to me a while ago and I had the chance to play recently. Normally on this channel I talk about tabletop games, but I talk about game design in general, and today I'm talking about Carto, a digital game. And this is a digital game that really feels like a tabletop game, like a tile placement game with a really neat twist. So here's what the game looks like. You'll be on various terrains like this. You'll encounter people, and my preference for video games, my personal preference, is that there aren't I don't need dexterity skills to use a controller, and that is very much the case in this game. I am just using the arrows on my keyboard to move around this character right here, the main character. She walks around, she picks up things, she talks to people, and she explores this map, with the key hook being that as she is walking around exploring, talking to people, talking to someone like this who might say, oh, I'm looking for the biggest body of water here. You then can go to a separate tab right here where you can actually manipulate where the tiles are on this island. So if I'm talking to that person, they're not shown here, but hypothetically, if I was talking to that person right here and they said, oh, I'm looking for the biggest lake on this island. Currently, there isn't a lake here. Instead of there being a set tile here that creates a lake, I could instead pick up, say, what's the tile that would work? I could pick up this tile right here, move it over here, rotate it, and create the biggest lake on this island. I thought this was so clever that there's a sense of exploration on this island, but you have this huge power in the game that you could actually manipulate the shape of the island itself to meet different goals at different times. And those goals might change. Like right now, there's this little lake, I'm creating a bigger lake. Or if I had this forest piece somewhere else, or one of these other forest pieces somewhere else, then someone might say, "Oh, this isn't the biggest. This isn't the biggest forest yet, or this is the only forest on the island. I need to make sure I manipulate those tiles so there is only one forest on the island." There's a lot to discover beyond that. I'm only on the second island so far. I believe there are quite a few islands that you can explore, each with different types of puzzles. But I just think this is such a clever system of using tile placement, kind of, what do I want to call it? Because it is tile placement, but you are moving the tiles at different times to meet different goals based on how you are interacting with the land itself as a character on the land. So you don't just have this big bird's eye view, but you have a much closer view as a character moving around the island. The combination of those two things and the puzzles that emerge as a result, I think, are really clever in Carto. So if you like this style of tile placement game combined with kind of a mission system game, because these are little missions that you're going on to solve, puzzles to solve, I definitely recommend Carto. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. So that's Carto, and my favorite mechanism in that game. If that reminds you of any other game, any other tile placement game where each tile isn't locked in permanently, where you can move it around to meet different goals, let me know about that in the comments below. Thanks.